One group of misfits from Sunnydale High were tasked with the job of keeping California safe. She's the original butt-kicking, stake-wielding slayer. Buffy hit TV screens in 1997, vanquishing demons sent to destroy the world. But not without a little romance along the way. And while she may have been in love with Angel, she definitely had a thing for Spike.
So most girls like the look. Bad boy now, does it, to some of them?
Yeah, I've seen that.
My wife tells me everybody had a thing for Spike. James Marsters played Spike for 6 seasons on the show, and he's in the country for Supernova, and he joins us now. Mate, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Was Spike only meant to be in a few episodes, and then Joss Whedon, the director and creator, extended it?
Yeah, the idea was that the main storyline was that Buffy and Angel would finally hook up, as they say, and Angel would go evil, as happens sometimes.
Yep.
And as his first act of villainy, he would kill me and take up with Drusilla, which was the woman that I was with, and therefore break Buffy's heart. So I was designed to die in 5 episodes, and they kept me around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you spent a fair bit of time on screen naked at one point.
Yep. Dignity,
hear...
I say. Always dignity.
Sarah Michelle Gellar used to tease you about that. What did she say?
Well, she agreed to do these, what for the time were pretty radical sex scenes. I mean, now it's tame, but back then it was pretty dramatic. So she agreed to do them as long as she didn't have to show any skin. So they just stripped me bare, and she would come to set, and she'd say, "James, do you like? I have a muffler and a jacket and gloves today. How are you doing?" She just loved to tease me. She's a great person, but yeah, she loved to tease me.
She could have lent you the muffler.
Yeah, something.
Or the gloves. Now, you've got a legion of fans, obviously, here in Australia. There are universities that study Buffy. I mean, does that blow your mind a little bit?
Can I be honest and say no?
Really?
Yeah, because I come from theater, and in theater, I'm used to really good authors who are dead, you know, like Shakespeare, Moliere, Chekhov, Ibsen. And when I got to Hollywood, I fully expected that I was joining the beast and that I would never have good writing again, and that was okay. And then I met Joss Whedon, and frankly, his scripts were stronger than any of the living writers I'd worked with in theater.
And he would do great things like an episode when nobody talks, or people just... It's a whole musical episode, which is one of my favourites.
Yeah, I mean, the central theme of Buffy is don't give up. You know, how do you get through your teenage years when you wake up and become disillusioned and recognize that your parents don't really know what they're talking about, and that your teachers don't really understand what they're trying to teach you, and how do you recognize that the world is not a perfect place, and how do you not give up in the face of that? And then he was asking the writers to come up with the day that they don't tell anyone about, the day that they regret or are ashamed of, and slap fangs on top of that, and then tell the world about that secret. And so it was a very brave show that was very well written. And so the fact, to come back to your question, the fact that it's taught in school, I get it as literature.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm not really bragging because I didn't write a word of that. I stood on tape and I wore the jacket.
James, so. you recently caught up with Charisma Carpenter, who plays Cordelia. Do you keep in touch with a lot of your old castmates?
Yeah, you know, I recently did Supernatural with Charisma, and I am ashamed to say it was only then that I realized that she was a nice person. She's such a good actor. I thought that she was like her character on Buffy, which is a kind of an egotistical cheerleader type.
Yeah.
And I had no interest in ever getting to know her.
Right.
And so then we shot Supernatural, and I found out that she's lovely, just wonderful, great mother, and we talked about our kids, and I'm ashamed to say I had judged her because she was so talented.
Can we talk to you and Charisma and Joss and everybody and just get the band back together? Can't we do an episode again? Come on. Is there going to be a reunion?
If they had, like, $500 million...
Joss has that money?
No,
he does all that Marvel
just
stuff.
this face. Because you'd have to do that much, like, computer reimagining to get me to be a vampire. You can't say, like, Spike looks good for his age. That doesn't get, you know, that's not going to work. No. Vampires don't age. That's the whole, that's why they're cool, you know. So if you could, for some, I don't know what they would do. Peter Jackson would know what to do. But, you know, other than that, I think it would work great.
Well, look, thank you for joining us, and thank you. You spent a bit of time with my son yesterday.
Thank you,
really
James.
nice. It was nice to meet you. The Supernova Pop Culture Expo's terrific. It's currently touring around the country. For more information, so you can meet James himself, head to supernova.com.au.
Time now for the latest news, and here's Deb.
Sonia and David, good morning.